I prepared here a few questions, of course, to make sure that we fill in the gaps, as you can see on the screen. So, Bianca, let's start with you. After watching the video of Kyla and Michael's inspiring, of course, and very relatable video, I'm curious, what are the driving forces behind your decision to pursue your studies? Of course, despite your early career opportunities in life, what made you pursue it?
Thank you very much. Hi, good morning, everyone. So I think I am just one of the many real-life examples of the data presented earlier. In my case, though, I started working third-year college. So the opportunity presented itself, and usually pag ganon, if it's the job that you do want to pursue when you graduate, kunin mo na. But non-negotiable sa akin to finish college. Actually, more non-negotiable ng nanay at tatay ko to finish college, but for me as well, naging importante. I know a lot of Pinoys relate to that, na yun ang gusto talagang panganan ng magulang, ang makapagtapos. And so, I eventually ended up doing part-time school. I underloaded so that I can do the work that I actually want to do. And I feel it was mutually beneficial. I remember last year, I interviewed Nico, one of the working students from MMDC, and sabi niya na minsan, yung lesson niya sa umaga, biglang nung gabi when he went to work, na-apply na niya kaagad when he encountered the problem. And super I was able to relate when he said that because when I would do work, for example, sa prod on set, oh, ito yung diniscuss ng prof ko kanina or the other week. And so, although I was a working student, 23 years ago. Tagal na. Oo, I think the problems are very, very much the same. Iba lang yung milieu. Kasi syempre mas digital na ngayon. So inspired by the two who share their story earlier.
Thank you so much for that. And I would agree with that na talagang ma-apply mo na after ma-discuss ng mga professors. And that's the real life experience that MMDC actually offers. And now, thank you so much, Bianca, for that. And now let's go to Jenny. We've heard about the challenges of working students when it comes to balancing school and work, as we have seen on the stats a while ago. So, Jenny, can you please share with us how MMDC has been supporting working students in the past years?
Okay, good. So the Mapúa Education Group launched MMDC or
3.
Okay, good morning everybody. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so the Mapúa Education Group launched MMDC or Mapúa Malayan Digital College, or short for MMDC, in 2022. We're actually excited to have graduates this year, our first batch of graduates. And the leadership team, which you've met earlier, actually built MMDC to really serve our underserved market, which are the working students. And that's why we're celebrating National Working Students Day. We, like what we've seen in the NERV study, flexibility is very important to this market. And just like what Kyla and Mikey shared with everybody, they really desire to go back to school or to manage balancing school and work, because work is very important to them. But there has to be the academe as a support, right? Traditional school setup may not work for working students in the country. And the growth of our economy is also banking on our graduates, right? And so we're here to support them with flexible college model that will allow them to balance their lives and also be able to get the skills that they need to be relevant in the workforce. The workforce is very demanding right now with all of the skills that's being updated, right? And we want to make sure that our curriculum, like what our ISD group or team is building and upgrading constantly, we want to make sure that they get the skills that they need to really graduate with distinctions.
Got it. Actually, I would like to add on that because, of course, working students have a lot of different, like, of course, they have opportunities outside, and then they also have their personal, like, family affairs and stuff like that. So, of course, I have another follow-up question. So, what can working students expect more from MDC? Because you have mentioned that it's so rare that institutions has a flexible type of learning because honestly, as a Gen Z, so it's really a part of our generation that we value flexibility, time management because we want to achieve more. So that's one of the reasons why that is a good highlight of this conversation as well. So just in case if they restart the college journey under MMDC, like how does it look like?
This year, actually, very excited to launch the upgraded model in MMDC. We're actually calling it MMDC 2.0. Because aside from the human mentors that they get to really support them, right, to make sure that they're on time, they're delivering their milestones, their projects, they get some guidance, they get coaching, we're also supporting them with AI coach and AI dialogues to really support them with their daily learning, their comprehension, their conversations with the machines. We're leveraging AI because it's important. If not, they're going to be left behind. So while they're studying at MMDC, they're already working with the machines. So that when they get to the workforce, or while they're in the workforce, or because they're working students, they're prepared. So that's one thing that we're very excited about. The other one is we're also opening up micro-credentials, giving them the ability to access micro-credentials to gain the skills that they need, again, to make sure that they're hireable, right? So, these micro-credentials is also booming in our country. It started, it's a global trend already. Students need to, or working professionals need to have the right skills for the right job. Right? So it's not just about graduating with a diploma, right? It's about the skills. How are the employers able to utilize you for the job that they need you to do? Right? So we're partnering with big brands, especially the in-demand jobs like Meta, Google, IBM, to make sure that these are the skills that we need.
That is good to hear. Thank you so much for that, Jenny. And now, let me turn my attention to Aggie. So, hi, good morning. McDonald's Philippines has been providing our continuing education support to its employees through partial scholarships made possible in partnership with, of course, MMDC. So, how do you think MMDC's learning model can benefit these employees that you have? And of course, how can they support their work at McDonald's?
Okay, so I want to greet first magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. So, and happy National Working Students Day, and of course, happy Women's Month, as evidenced with the panel here. So, sisimulan po, I was not a working student, but I proudly work and try to make things better for 40,000 working students with the work that we do. By what Joaquin presented on nerves about flexibility, the need for flexibility, financial security, upskilling, as echoed by my co-panelists, these are not new. These are the same realities that these over 40,000 working students working at McDonald's also go through every day. And what I think we are most proud of is that we've solved the first. At McDonald's, we provide flexible work hours. So how it goes is that they give their schedule, their school schedule for the term, and we plan the shifts around their schedule. So that removes that barrier for flexibility. The second is the need for upskilling. And aside from our world-class training programs, if I can be very candid with everyone in this room, because it's global standards, it makes our crew very, very marketable. And in fact, very desirable to other McDonald's markets abroad. And actually, the highest now, we've seen a lot of movement, or a lot of former McDonald's people going to Canada, New Zealand, with their families, because the learning and the training that they were able to get while they were working here in McDonald's Philippines is exactly at the same caliber and level at global, so they can work in any McDonald's market all over the world. So that's on upskilling. And finally, on the career progression, there is this myth, or there is this belief that working at a fast food is a dead-end job. I think it's a very Western sentiment, but somehow it has permeated through here in the market. Thinking na kapag fast food or pag dead end, walang angat or walang progression. Hindi po yun totoo. So especially for McDonald's, because after our crew graduates college, they are given the option if they want to proceed and they work as a manager. Because one of our requirements for you to start in your management development program is for you to finish college. Meron kaming direct. Pagka-graduate, pwede ka nang dumiretso as manager. And I'm happy to share that a lot of the McDonald's leaders in the boardroom today started working as a crew. A good example is our Senior Vice President and Head of Operations who handles all our 790 stores. He was a working student, he was a newbie, and he was working as a crew, and now he's SVP. So I think those are the three things. And when we worked with MMDC, it was a perfect complement to our commitment to providing our students with flexibility, because they are able to make it even easier for our students to be able to balance school and work with the online model. Because another thing that's critical for us, aside from the student schedule, is we have to make sure that they live nearby. We do not assign, if a student is working in Quezon City, we won't assign you to a branch in Pasig. We will assign you within QC, closest to either your home or to your school. So, and I think the model, the online learning model, is really very helpful to our working students, who are also a lot of slashers, as we call them. Slashers because they are students / service crew / content creators / everything slashers. And because they are slashers, the mobility even between their workplace and their home is very critical. So to be able to hustle anywhere and learn and study anywhere is very valuable to them. So that's why I think I'll take the opportunity to send my thanks, to give my thanks on behalf of Kenneth, and Margot, to the leadership of MMDC for this. Thank you for putting this for our working students and for partnering with us and further supporting our McDonald's working students.
Thank you so much for that, Abby. And of course, since you've touched on everything already, I know that's a lot of information, but I hope you guys picked up a lot. And of course, I'm super happy that McDonald's is actually acknowledging everybody, like as simple as being accessible to near their homes. Because actually nowadays, honestly, going to different places, it's super traffic, and that is inevitable. So of course, there are big corporations and companies that are really helping us each step of the way. And of course, thank you so much for that. And now let's hear from Rappler, Ms. Jean, to talk about, of course, its newest online learning platform. So I believe you can tell us more about Rapplearn. So will MMDC courses be available there?
Hello. Okay, so good morning everyone. So for the longest time, Rappler has been doing a lot of roadshows. So we do go to different packages and regions to talk about how they can use social media for social good. And we've also done online webinars during the pandemic to transition the pivot during the pandemic. So with Rappler, we're actually streamlining our training program, so making it available online. And the premise is really to learn at your own pace. So the first course that we actually had at Rappler is the media information literacy. So basically with Rappler, we're bringing together learners, teachers. We also have our community partners, students, including European students, of course. It's actually available for them to access if they're interested to learn more, and which is very relevant and important to learn how to navigate the digital landscape, especially given that it's all digital right now, and we want to be able to make sure that people get to actually know how to access information from credible sources, for instance. So right now, we have a course on media information literacy, so it talks about the media society. We also have, of course, when you're online, you're also at risk. So we have a course on a module on opportunities and risks in the digital landscape, and we also talk about the importance of research and fact checking, and we also have a course, of course, talking about journalism and its importance to the public. So it's actually accessible and also flexible because students and even teachers can access that. And the good thing is you can also learn from the experts themselves. So the journalists themselves are the ones teaching the course. And actually some of the comments from those that have already took the course, it's actually very, you can learn that in 48 hours. You can actually learn from the experts themselves, their experience on the field. So I myself I'm not a journalism graduate, but with Rappler and also the experience working there, it's actually providing an opportunity for them to get to learn from the journalism field and what's the importance of digital media and how can they navigate through the very complex and evolving digital landscape. So of course, Rappler is very much open to working with organizations that share the same value of creating courses to be able to navigate digital landscape right now. And I'm sure that with the partnership with MDC, they can expect courses to also be uploaded on the Rappler soon.